Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the show. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed yet still humble host, Mukluk. And today we are back in Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So, with that, let's figure out where we need to go from here. I think we need to go over to the rest of Footfall and go to one of the other zones right now to get some of the other stuff done. So let's move over here. I love how many extra hit point bars there are up here now. Alright, lots of loot we apparently left. +5 to tech use, increase the damage from flame weapons. Mesh vest, okay. Collect all. Yes. Okay. Savoy Dog, Liege's Residence. And, is that where we just were? Where are we right now? Hold on a sec. We are Footfall Atrium. We're in the Atrium. Okay. Alright. Shadow Quarters. Multiple quests there. Seaphone, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. Welcome. Albert says, I thought it's Festival of the Four Winds right after Dragon Bash. I would have to check the calendar. I don't have that one memorized. They don't usually have two holidays like one ends, the next one starts immediately. Usually there's at least a little break in between the two. Alright. Argenta gestures for your attention. Rogue Trader, I would like to remind you about Reverend Hieronymus's request. He asked us to search for a potential cultist den in Footfall's Shadow Quarters. You know Footfall better than me. Do you think the rumors of heretics are true? There was a time when I'd have said it was likely a fabrication. One can say many things about the Kazbalika mission or the other shady operators on Footfall, but even those thugs are loyal to the Emperor, and so they mercilessly exterminate outright heretics in their territory. But now, heretics have launched an open attack on a Rogue Trader's ship. A member of your dynasty, Kunrad Voitvir, has turned out to be one of them. And Footfall itself is sinking deeper and deeper into madness. In these times of strife, I'm willing to believe in heretics who openly perform their dark rituals and brazenly mark their dens with sacrilegious symbols. You seem weighed down by something. What? No? Argenta shakes her head and rubs her temples tiredly. Apologies, Rogue Trader. Being here on Footfall is difficult for me. It's a minor personal weakness, but I'm as ready to fight as ever. It will have no effect on my combat skills. I would like to know what this personal weakness is. Members of my crew cannot keep secrets from me. You're right. I will explain. It's about the circumstances of my arrival on Footfall. I wasn't born in the Expanse. I was sent here to be a guardian of a reliquary on Footfall, but my ship became caught in a warp anomaly, and although it lasted only days for those on board, decades had flown by in real space. When I at last arrived on Footfall, it felt like I'd been erased from time. No one was waiting for me on this side of the mall. The people who were supposed to greet me, who knew about my immediate arrival, had died. The reliquary that should have been mine to safeguard had instead been taken under the protection of Reverend Hieronymus and his brethren. They were more than up to the task. They had no need of my help. Footfall became my cage. I didn't know who I was or what purpose I had here. The way back to Calixis seemed like another trap. Even if I were to find a ship headed there, my sector, my old order, they too would have lived decades without me by that point. Whenever I'm reminded of those months spent on Footfall, it feels like I'm falling into a pit. I hope the rumors of cultists turn out to be true. I can't wait to prove with my bolter that the world and the Imperium need me. How and why did your stay on Footfall come to an end? Something must have changed? Yes, a sign, almost a portent, showed me the right path. But it's not something I could speak of like this, on the street in this den of malice. Let us be on our way. All I'll say is that on Footfall I met Lady Theodora and joined her, and that was the end of my languishing in this place. We must keep going. Alright, good morning all. Hey Jinxie. Muck, is Raven's Watch done for the evenings? Yeah, I think so. I think I'm good on that. It was a fun game, but, you know, it's kind of like Overwatch. You know, you just play as many matches as you want, and then you're done. You know, it doesn't really have, like, story stuff that happens during the gameplay.
encounter with a mutant or a bandit.
I enjoy it here. This place reminds me of the flagship's freight line. Almost like home.
It wasn't time that destroyed these tiles. They were definitely pried out with purpose and diligence. Okay. Patience, patience, your graces are almost there. You'll have your hunt and your thrills. Okay. Rising sun symbol. It seems oddly repulsive, even sinister. Awareness check. This fake door is connected to a mine trigger. Let's see. Goods. Now is our time. Oh, it's another one of those flyers saying, go be violent. We need no rules or leaders. Who holds a flamer like that, you idiot? We're almost refueled here. We'll show you how it's done. I'm just not feeling it anymore, that's all. The guy is pretty much a cinder now. It was a lot more fun while he was alive and thrashing about. And Mukluk, today is World Chocolate Day. Please eat chocolate. Also, I bet the Bard is the new Ranger spec. I don't want to eat chocolate this early, but I would be kind of surprised if Bard is Ranger.
Oh, glorious spectacle of you.
Look at that. Here comes another training target for us. Fire it up, you lot. Alright, Navigator.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may. Quiet, Whispers! It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
There's one of the two buffs.
Me? Try to die with grace. At
Zap
least.
him. She doesn't have line of sight of the others. Alright, buff him.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Faith without
Entrench.
deeds is worthless.
Taunt is slaughter someone.
They're throwing some fire bombs.
Let's make it quick.
See, they threw some debuffs on Muck.
What is my muse?
How do we want to do this?
Let's see.
Taunt.
What if
Door. Fight autonomously. And shield it aimed at those guys.
Hold on. Out of my way.
Love the trope at CRPGs where abandoned the slum sees an obviously well-prepared military party and says, mug him. Yeah.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. I shall not fail. Trust me.
Okay, this guy is sturdy.
Strike me again. See what happens.
Let's get to it.
Stop mocking me.
Whoa! Dang it, lady. Ha.
Will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
Pascal's turn.
Cormac TV raided my stream with 55 viewers.
Yo, Cormac, thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. Welcome. Mukluk, Douglas, Bartholomew, Reginald, Esquire the Fourth, and Sir John Van Snuffles the Third. Welcomes all of you to the lab. Hope you enjoy your stay. Entertainment's on the way. Cricket, the speakers still touch the beakers. Giveaways every week. Please take a seat, but you'll only need the edge. We are currently playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, a CRPG based on Warhammer. Looks like you guys were doing that as well, so you guys know what's up. What are you saying there? Just the intro speech. Hang on. It's got subtitles. Well, for those of you just joining us, we played this game back when it first came out, did a full run, and we're trying it again now with all the DLCs installed. So, revisiting the game. Really liking the familiars and stuff that they added. Let's see. Cannot be used because of the effect. Yeah, what effect? That works. I see you went for full pet army. We got 3 right now. The Psyker Raven, the Eagle, and I'm playing an Arbides, so we got dog. Let's see. Ah.
Here we go.
Another fire starter. Doggerman got parried. Let's see. My favorite Guild Wars 2 YouTuber playing Rogue Trader. Hey, Guild Wars fan. Nice. Yes. Yeah, I make a lot of content for Guild Wars for any of you who are new here.
Me, if you insist, Lord Captain.
Let's see.
If I may. How dare you? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
A wicked thought.
I will endure.
Argenta's still burning.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Couldn't do raids without you. Glad I could help. Let's see. Sworn enemy on Sender. Derrick Breach.
Schemes within schemes. A genius at work.
Come. The other side awaits. The shadows will see it. Trust killing brings me no pleasure. I shall not fail.
Yeah, this Blade Dancer class did not exist in this game when I last played it, and it seems pretty busted, honestly.
The shadows will see. My blade whispers your name.
Ow.
They who discern the future on the battlefield. Anything else?
With the eagle on him. I think he stunned it. Missed again.
Out of my way.
Are there cat girls in this game? That sounds like a very heretical question. If there were cat girls, they would be Xenos.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? Another foe painted black.
Alright, he's dead. Can't reach him this turn. Move there, charge him. Alright, is that the last one? Yes. Let's see. We do have a fresh injury on 2 people.
The Emperor sets my path.
So you heal yourself,
Blood is
and
my life.
you heal him.
My appreciation.
Okay.
Patience. My nerves are frayed.
The huge walls that rise above the chaotic buildings of Footfall are strikingly different from the small houses and squalid huts sitting huddled under the soaring arches. Reminds me of old Canning in Guild Wars 2. Shanty town. It was like many, many stories tall, but it was all like shacks. I found a note on the body of Cinder. Location's been found in the shack. Yep, it's the den. The Anver den, I think. Alright, cargo, yoink.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Rising sun symbol seems oddly repulsive, even sinister. Okay, let's see. Overseer. Alright, advanced tracking. Each cell traversed by the Cybermastiff increases its damage dealt. Bite. Choose an enemy in their line of sight within blah blah blah. Cells the Cybermastiff. The Mastiff immediately dashes that enemy and performs a special attack. The target suffers double rending damage and must pass a toughness resistance test or fall prone for 1 round. Consolidation. Overseer immediately dashes to the familiar within something cells. Can move through allies. Growl. For 1 round, all enemies near it do less damage. Run. For 1 round, the Cybermastiff can move through enemies. While moving, it inflicts levels of bleeding on all adjacent enemies it passes. Each enemy affected increases the crit chance of the next Cybermastiff attack. Depending on their familiar's level of wounds, the Overseer of the familiar gains a special benefit for 1 round. Less 50% wounds, the next 3 hits have their damage reduced. 50% wounds or more, the Overseer gains more damage to their next attack. This game has multiplayer? No, not that I know of. Unfortunately, Skaven don't exist anymore in 40k. Unfortunately. I've played Skaven in Total War Warhammer 3, and of course I fought Skaven in Vermintide too. Yeah, I don't know of any in 40k. Get bite. Alright, her. What does she have? Advanced tracking. When you relay a psychic power, a random enemy in a 4-cell radius around the Raven becomes immobilized. If they're already immobilized, they become perplexed. Complete the cycle. The psychic power relayed through the Raven this round is relayed once again. Consolidation. Evil Eye. Enemies in a 4-cell radius around the Cyber Raven suffer warp damage and gain a stack of Perplexed until the end of combat. What is Perplexed again? Minus 10 penalty to ballistic skill, weapon skill, intelligence, and perception. Oh, stacking debuff. That could be good. Stabilize. Allies in a 4-cell radius around the Raven gain temp runes and 8% armor for 1 round. Strategic adaptation. Depending on their familiar's number of wounds, the Overseer or the familiar gains special benefit. Can also pick Psyker stuff. Get Evil Eye. Try that out. Alright, Navigator. Deal damage to all targets in a line and set them on fire. Mend reality. Notch of Purpose is pretty good. It forces an enemy to move, so you can get them to like move out of cover. Show the path. Can only target allies that have at least one melee weapon in one of their weapon sets. The target immediately gains an extra turn during which they gain the ability to use charge and only charge. Okay. Warp Curse Unleash. Enemy becomes cursed until the end of combat. At the start of their turn, the enemy closest to them also becomes cursed. So good for boss fights. Take Warp Curse. Okay. Pascal. Let's see. Blinding Strike. Selects an unoccupied cell in the line of sight. Their eagle moves to that cell and does its weapon damage to all adjacent enemies without provoking AOs. Those enemies must pass an agility resistance test with a minus 20 penalty or become blinded. Live Bait. Choose an ally within their line of sight and grant them the effect of the bait effect. If the Cyber Eagle is soaring, whenever an enemy attacks an ally with bait, each stack of this effect allows the eagle to deal its weapon damage to the attacker. Once the effect is triggered, the ally loses a stack of the effect. Okay, so it could just put that on the tank and then run the tank in. Let's try bait. That sounds like it could be fun. Alright, the Blade Dancer. Let's see. Exsanguination, immediately inflict bleeding on an ally of their choice. What? That ally gains bonus to dodge and additional movement points until the bleeding ends for any reason. What? Until the start of their next turn, the Executioner gains bonuses to their parameters for each creature, enemy, or ally in combat suffering from bleeding, burning, or toxin. Merciless Verdict. Executioner's next ranged attack or psychic staff ability inflict damage over time on all targets hit. That doesn't really apply to her. Pain Resonance. All enemies suffering from dot effects in a 4-cell radius around the Executioner immediately suffer an extra instance of damage from those effects. They must also make a resistance test or suffer an additional negative effect. Reckless Abandon. Replace 30% of their wounds with the same number of temp wounds till end of combat. While they have temp wounds, all their melee and damage over time effects do additional damage. Terrifying Strike. Next melee attack forces all enemies hit to run away. During this movement, the targets do not provoke AOO and leave a bloody trail on the ground, which remains till end of combat. I guess Reckless Abandon. Alright, and Argenta. Wildfire. Alright. Alright, quick save, because we just did a bunch of level ups. And
What
carry on.
lies beyond?
Box of goods. Melt a charge and cargo. Yoink. Pascal, can you lockpick this box? Cargo. Yoink.
Pay attention.
Clear the rubble. Athletics check.
Applaud my brilliance.
And box of goods. Indomitable Rage. Your Mastiff gains +10 weapon skill and does 100% more damage. When the Mastiff hits the apprehended enemy, the Cyber Mastiff gains a stacking +10 bonus to strength for 1 round. Grenadier's Gloves. Using grenades costs -1 AP for the wearer. Enemies suffer -2 additional damage from the grenades. Okay.
Let us seize the moment.
Alright, so we got a dog item for the first time.
We'll see.
Cast your eye
Oh
there.
yes, they all
Rising Sun
will
symbol.
see.
Seems oddly sinister. A well-worn poster with a call to serve the Imperium. Box of goods. Yoink. Wastewater, unsafe for drinking even after purification, now being used for laundering. Ah, yes, I too use any dirty water in my house to do laundry. Makes total sense. Yoink! I assume Muck has seen the stuff about Guild Wars 2 Chinese social media posts. The poems that came out with the different class icons. Yeah, I heard about that after like the 3rd icon, yes. Dark Hideout. Check it out. Alright, tap quit, quick save. Wait, what was that? Oh, this room, I remember this one. Okay. Hold on, before I do that, what's over here? Alright, there's like another entrance over there. This would probably be a lot easier with an actual healer in the party, but Heinrichs isn't available right now.
My nerves are frayed.
Wait. What was that? Yoink. Alright, Anver Kingpin. The man with a shaggy mop of dark hair is dressed and armed about as well as everyone else in here, and yet he is unmistakably their leader. He takes a step towards you. He chuckles. He spreads his arms wide in a welcoming gesture. My guests! What a joy it is to see you in my humble refuge. I see you've come here to be introduced to the truth. What will you choose then? Words or fire and metal? You already know the answer, heretic. Argenta grasps her weapon. If you have something to say, then say it. I will. Your time has passed. All of you. Bureaucrats, the Kazbalika, rogue traders, conceited aristocracy, and other worthless trash. All of you will soon burn. Do you even know what our name means, outsiders? Footfall calls us the Anvers, but they do not stop to look, listen, and learn. The man pauses, then half closes his eyes and proclaims in crude but clear High Gothic. Auxilio non venient. Help will not come. The maw has closed, the Coronis Expanse is on its own now. A new era has come and we are its sovereigns. And then he fills the room with stinky gas!
Another annoyance.
Spare none of them.
Oh, she's like way back there.